Did you know there are three types of educational approaches in martial arts? Hello, I am Frank Soto, and these are the Kinetic Dragon tutorials. Kempo for the street, Kinetica for your life. That's right, we have three types of approaches to the martial arts, okay? And that is the reflex based, the reaction based, and the response based approach, okay? And they all have their positive and negative things to it, or things that you need to consider, okay? Now, the most popular approach that we have had through the years is the reaction based approach, okay? And that is when you match yourself and you train techniques, okay? It's based upon a curriculum of techniques, okay? Pre-done techniques where this approach is basically context specific, okay? And you're working in a scenario where somebody attacks you and the attack is like the ideal attack, and you have an ideal response. So you can say it's like an ideal phase type of training. Okay, and this is okay, but you are becoming a master of a style. Okay, and it also doesn't consider that in the street, for example, most of the times you're going to be attacked in a not a symmetrical way. You're going to be attacked when you're in a disadvantage, okay? Because that's what the predator or the perpetrator wants in the street. He wants to get you when you are more vulnerable, okay? You also have the reflex base. Now, the reflex base got very popular back in the 2000s, still popular, but it got very popular, and it's what they call the reality-based self-defense. Okay, reflex-based approach is when they use the adrenaline pump. Okay, they use stress inoculation to get you aroused, right? And you use that adrenaline to and hurt somebody and get there, right? Now, the reflex-based approach is the fastest way to learn to defend yourself, for example. Okay, because you access that reflex that you have, that the stress response, okay, the fight or flight mode, and you access that aggression or violence within you, and you focus it or put it against the aggressor. Now, this is okay, but the problem is that most countries now are you have legality implications or legal implications, right? So if you use this, you might use excessive force and you might get in trouble with the law. And also, if you're a police officer, you can't use this because you need to have proportionality. Okay. So there's another approach, which is the response-based approach, which is the one that they use the most in special forces or police. Okay. Because it will teach you to operate in a responsible way to match what you're doing. And what the response base does is it teaches you to control the adrenaline pump, okay? By controlling your breathing and by training, it will teach you to respond and to adapt to the scenario, okay? So you're adapting. Instead of using that adrenaline, you're controlling that adrenaline, okay? So, for example, the reflex base, you only use gross motor skills because you lose the fine motor skills. Okay, you will lose them because you have adrenaline, you have cortisol in your blood, and your heart is pumping fast, right? Because you are in stress, you're in a survival mode. In a response base, you can use more that refined motion, okay, that subtle moves, and you can be more precise. Okay, pressure overrides precision. So in a reflex base, when you are under pressure, in being under pressure, it's how you handle stress. Because what can be under pressure for somebody can be normal for another person. It depends on your how you process the environment and how you train or what you used to. Okay, if you live in a country where you're at war all the time, you are used to it, right? And you know how to deal with it. And if you live in a country where you have a very nice environment and they put you in a war environment, you will be stressed. You will be, oh my God, right? Because it's not part of your context. Okay, it's not a part of your environment, everyday environment. So you learn to deal with pressure, and you will still have precision. Okay. The approach that I like the most and that I use the most is the response base, because I teach law enforcement, and because it's good to operate on the street, because we address the legality of your actions, because we want you to survive. When I teach, I want you to survive the encounter, the aggression, but I also want you to be okay with the law. Okay. So I don't want you to be carried by six, but I don't want you to be your judged by 12 either. It's not a black and white. It's about exploring the shades of gray. Okay. And this is what I offer you in our virtual academy. So if you want to know more about this, please visit me in Facebook or social media, Master Frank Soto or Master Coach Frank Soto. You will find me there. And also, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the videos and you want to know more. Click on the little bell so you get the notifications when I'm transmitting. I'm usually broadcasting Tuesdays and Thursdays with this new section. Okay, I am Frank Soto. These are the Kinetic Dragon tutorials. Skempball for the street, Kinetica for your life. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye bye.